Canada just hit its NATO's 2% target 5 years early. It took a massive cash injection, more than $60 billion, into the defense this year alone. That's the headline. The hidden cost of what's coming next. Keeping at 2% or pushing toward 3% and a half, 3.5%, means a higher tax, deeper spending cuts, or a lot more debt. This is what Canada's NATO commitment really costs and what it means for you.
Canada has finally hit NATO's 2% of GDP defense target. 5 years early, Prime Minister Mark Carney announced in Halifax on March 26, 2026. After a decade of lagging at tilde-operator 1.4%, Ottawa poured more than $63 billion into defense in 2025 to 26, a massive surge across national defense, intelligence, cyber, and other departments. The milestone is politically powerful. The fiscal hangover is personal. The Parliamentary Budget Officer, PBO, warned in October 2024 that Canada would have to roughly double defense spending by 2032 to 33 to meet the 2% pledge under realistic GDP forecasts. Even after the 2026 jump, the medium-term pressure remains. Sustaining 2% means keeping spending high year after year, and NATO allies are now pushing toward 3 to 3.5% core defense, 5% total with security. The PBO's February 2026 analysis of a 5% commitment shows the shape of the trade-off. If Canada raised core defense to 3.5% of GDP, the budgetary deficit would swell from $3.0 billion, 0.1% of GDP, in 2026 to 27 to $63.0 billion, 1.4% of GDP. In 2035 to 36, financed at tilde-operator 3% interest. Debt-to-GDP, currently tilde-operator 42%, would climb toward 50% by 2035, above the COVID peak, if there are no offsetting cuts or tax hikes. So what does that mean for you? Economist Trevor Tum lays out the math, covering a 3.5% of GDP military bill by 2035 would require cutting all non-defense, non-transfer federal spending by 21%, a level of austerity that would gut programs Canadians use daily. Or raise federal revenues to tilde-operator 19% of GDP by the mid-2030s, back to early 1990s levels. That's roughly equivalent to hiking the GST from 5% to 11.5% over the next decade. If Ottawa chooses borrowing instead, debt rises faster than the economy, breaking the fiscal anchors the government adopted to keep deficits under 1% of GDP and debt-to-GDP falling.